Hello my friends, this is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. I'm going to start working on some of the gifts that my sister gave me, and I hope you enjoy them. Okay, my friends, very recently my sister sent me a box of jewelry, and it had a pair of these in it. Can you see the wear on them? These were really loved. You can see the copper coming through. The other one, the copper didn't come quite through so much, but I have hit it with the chrome pen, and you can see that it's brought it back to that silver. Let me do that with this here. And this is the chrome pen marker I've been using. I got it at Walmart. It's $4, and it works really great. All right. Now, once these are painted, you do want to, and they are shiny. That's why this paint pen is better than a lot of the other ones that I've gotten, because some of them are very dull. And anyways, once this dries, it is only semi-permanent, okay? If it was to get some alcohol sprayed on it, or hairspray, because hairspray has that same thing. See how much better that looks? And I can hit the back too, because this doesn't lay flat on the thing there. The back's not as important. I just don't want it to look too much. All right. Once it's fully dry, I won't do it now because it needs to be fully dry. Then you need to seal it, and there's two different things you can use. Now let me bring that back out. Bring that back out, bring that back out, bring that back out. Almost there. There we go. This is Mod Podge, and it's a gloss. It's a clear acrylic sealer. And this here is also a gloss, and this is Rust-Oleum. There's other things you can use also, but you want it bonds to plastic. You know, both of these are great for what we're doing. It seals, protects, revitalizes, clear gloss. Rust-Oleum's one of those names that are every household knows. Mod Podge is something that all crafters know, you know. But either one of these, if you have them, are good. If you have a different brand of clear gloss, you can use them. But yeah, just, do you have to seal it? Technically no, but I would. Okay, I'm going to be doing a bunch of little tiny videos and string them together. How's that sound? All right. Okay, the next one I'm going to be working on will be this here. I'm going to see if I can't use my pokey tool and get rid of that, the thing that's in there. I did change to my gray plate because that blue against the blue plate basically disappeared. And this, you can see that these I use a lot under crafting because they clean off real easy. I mean, and these plates you can get at Walmart right now for 50 cents. So 50 cents is real cheap to protect the surface. Okay. My husband looked at a video that I was editing yesterday. He goes, "Oh, that's you." He says, "I can tell because it's got the blue plate." I'm going, okay. I have other plates. If I can't pick this out, and I could go get my heat gun, but it's out in my shed. And what I can do is just put the resin over top of it. If I put resin over top of it, I definitely want to to roughen it up a little bit, just so that it, I'm afraid I'm going to slip and jab myself because I've done that 100,000 times. Okay, that's really going to need the heat gun. But look at those crystals. Aren't they beautiful? I really do want to save this piece. See that jump ring? Yeah, there's the closure right there. I should take them off the jump ring. That way I won't mess up the rest of the earring. All right. Okay, normally when I'm using my heat gun, I'll use something like these here to hold with, but we will not have that much room to hold stuff. So first let's take the little finding off here. These are so small and cute. Usually, you know, I don't do too much small. Man, they did a good job of lining up those jump rings there. They're closed well. Okay. Take it off there. I'll just take the jump ring off too. Jump ring off too. Don't lose it though, okay? There we go. And since we're going to be doing resin in this one, I'm going to take this one off too. All right, gotta find the seam. Find the seam. Don't they know we're old here? It's hard to see. There it is right there. And I am using pliers that do not have any teeth in here. Neither of these have teeth, so they're not going to chew up that jump ring. Okay, now I'm going to keep one of these in my hand. Let me slide those over to the side. Put those over here. We don't need those with us. All right, I'm going to hold this with the pliers because a heat gun is very hot, thus the name heat gun. All right, that's my heat gun. Fancy. See if I can do it with just a little heat or if it's going to need lots of heat. Ah, it's breaking apart. Ah, it looks almost like a clay disc and not a acrylic. But the heat gun definitely makes a difference, huh? Right, I'm gonna have to heat that little area right up there. Nope, it came out. Okay. Sure it's all cleaned. Awesome. Now we can do any color we want. I like that seafoam green. Will I go back with that color? I don't have a lot of stuff that's this color. I am a fall and spring color-wise. Looks good on me. But the bolder colors look good on me. There's a few of the colors that are soft that I do gravitate to. But mostly the bold colors. But this is one of those colors that I gravitate to. So, well, let's get some resin and we'll put that in there. Before we do that, we got to remove one thing out of this pair of earrings too, because this one's also going to be resined. Because, let's put these the way they belong. Da-da-da. All right, just like that. See, isn't that beautiful? This also came from my sister Tina, but it's missing a cabochon and it wasn't in the bag. Let's check to see whether or not we can just pick that out or whether or not we need to heat it. Okay, we need to heat it. I don't want to mess that up because I want to use that in a ring. That's what I was doing. Yeah, that's silly me. I'm going to use the fingers. I'm going to use the fingers here because I think I'm far enough away from the heat that I can do that. There. Just go like that there. And I got these at the Dollar Tree. They were $1 when I got them. They're $1.25 now. When my son refers to the Dollar Tree now, he calls it the $1.25 tree. Okay, it needs more heat. Needs more heat. Oh, it looks like it's deforming now. Can't tell. I want to loosen the glue up that's on the back of this. But I don't want it to come apart on me. Oh, looks like glue coming out there. So glue's coming out. Maybe I can get under that. Come on. I don't have anything smaller that can get into there. All right. Come on out. I mean, it's a great plan that I have if I can get that out. If I can't get that out, then it's not such a great plan. Let me get another finger here because I don't want to burn my fingers. I'm bending my pokey tool. It's been bent so many times that it's like, All right, I guess I got to heat that a lot. Just blew something off my table. Not sure what it was. Wow. It's hot enough. I don't know what kind of glue they used, but it's impressive. All right, we will keep going. I gotta be careful not to get this here onto the paper towel because it will start a fire. I accidentally caught a piece of paper towel on fire last time I used it. I was expecting my husband to come screaming, going, "What's that smell?" But he didn't. That is unbelievable. I don't think I've ever had anything where the heat gun didn't melt the glue. Felt something give. It was this here. I moved. Come on. Did you budge? Did you budge? Nope. All right. All right, let me take that off. Take that off there. Ow, that hurt. Ooh, that's hot. jabbed myself, then I accidentally touched the earring. Jab myself again. All right. Well, we cannot remove that. I don't know how this one fell out because it definitely is in there pretty good. Oh, this is hot too. Just been sitting there. So the next thing we got to do is match that pink. Will it be a cat's eye? No. But it will look close to that. We will use a alcohol ink because that's clear. And I think what I will do is I'll put a white stripe down the center and then put the pink on top of it. And that will give the illusion that there's that line in there. It's all I can do on that one. Okay, so those are the 2 earrings we're going to be working on. Let me clean up and be back. I'm going to try my oil-based Bic paint marker. They've been sitting for a while, so I need to get the paint back down to them. All right, now I just need a little bit, not much. So just a little indication. And I'm going to take a toothpick and tighten that up a little bit. Okay. I'm not liking what it's doing. Where's my alcohol? Da-da-da. Oh, there it is. Clean that up a little bit. There's a scratch right there. Interesting. All right. I think this pen is a bit dry. It may be, and that's why I'm having issues with it. Let me clean that again. I may need to get a paintbrush and some just acrylic white paint. I think that's what I'm going to do because, first of all, that's way too big of a blunt tip, and it's, like I said, it's old, and it probably, I don't know if it's got any paint in it, left in it. Yeah, we'll be back. Okay, got some white. It's just plain old craft paint, and I've got a very fine liner brush. Let's put a dab of white paint there. It's not going to take much for sure. That's way more than we're going to use. Okay, and then just take it right there and just come down. Just come down. There. See, like that. And then you see how that green, it's got that, looks like a white line in it, and it moves back and forth. That's true cat's eye. What we're going to do is fake. We're going to try faking it. All right, let me go wash my brush. I'm going to let that dry. And then we're going to go to mixing up some pink resin, and we'll see if we can't find that pink. Okay, I pulled a mold out too because we're going to be making several different colors because we do not know which pink is going to be the right color. We are going to go for this color here. So I'm thinking maybe this. Okay, we are going to be on separate sides of the head, so if it's not exactly the same pink, but close enough, we'll go with it. All right, I don't need much resin at all. All right, let's start with this one here. And I'm going to put the drop over to the side, and then we're going to work it in slowly. I am using a All right, I'm gonna clean this. Somehow it did not get cleaned the way I wanted it to be. Okay. All right, let's start with just pale. Okay. All right, let's look at the pink. Maybe it's too dark of a pink. Maybe I made it too strong. Let's add a little more resin to it. And bring that over here. Just a little bit. But at a time. I'm getting a lot of bubbles in that. What do you think? It's too pink. It's the right hue, but it's I almost think I need some orange in it. Does that make sense? Let's get just a drop of the orange. I don't even need, see, it's okay. Now add that in a little bit. Okay, now let's look at that pink together. That's much closer to the right color. I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to get my heat gun, not my heat gun, my lighter, and get rid of some of those air bubbles first, though. All right, you just hit it with the heat gun, and it pops a lot of the bubbles. I'm going to use something smaller than the stylus. I'm going to use the toothpick. I'm just going to pick up just a little bit at a time and put it in. Just a little at a time. There we go. See that white line? What do you think? I mean, at this point we can still remove it. I think it needs a darker base and then the lighter on top of it. So let's remove this resin here. Save that. Okay. I might put the pink, a thin layer of that pink here that's a little too dark, and then put that over top of it. I think if you layer colors, sometimes they get more intense. They look better. Okay, let's start with just some of that pink, and like I said, I'm just going to do a very little drop of it like that there. Cure it for a few seconds under the light, and then we're going back with the more peachy pink on top of it. Now when we cure it, we can no longer change our mind. So that's why I did a very, very little bit on that. See, I didn't do a lot at all. Okay, let's now do the peachy color there. How's it looking? It might need a little bit of white in it. It might be too opaque. So let me take that off, because I can still take it off because I haven't cured that part. I just cured the base pink. That there's cured. The other's not. Okay. So there is some white in here that I've never used, actually. Is this it? Oh, where is it? Right there. And it's Yeah, you can see I've never used it. It's not even stirred up anymore. It's separated. There's a warning. I don't know what the warning says. All right. Wow, it needs a lot of shaking. It's, look at it, it's still not. I may just open it up and use a toothpick on it. Oh, I can't because there's a dropper thing in it. It's not. I guess I'm gonna need to shake this off more often, huh? Well, isn't this fun? I mean, I suppose I could use that white over there. Oh, it's not even open. I haven't cut that. All right, I'm just going to use some of that white. I am just going to use that much. And let's put it in here. How do we like that? That much again. One more time. Just can you see how little that is? I mean it's almost nothing there. All we're going to do is make that pink a little cloudy, so it doesn't shine through quite so much. Oh, I think I like it. I think I like it. All right. Now let's check the colors together. It's a little purplier than this here, but I don't know that I'm using the orangey part here, and they're kind of mixing, which is So let me put this under the light and cure it. I think I'm going to put another white line there. I think that obliterated my white line. And I put the paintbrush away, so I might just use the very tip of the toothpick and go across it. Now, I have found when using alcohol inks, they have a weird texture when they're cured, so you want to dome them afterwards. There's almost a, can you see the texture? I don't know if you can see it or not. I can see it. All right, let's take a line right there. Oh, I don't like that. All right, let's try that again. Let's try that again. All right, I had a very squiggly line. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to put a little bit more orange in that. Just a bit more orange in that pink. I don't know if you can tell or not. I can. Oh, I can let that dry. All right. Cover the up. You got to be covered. Cover that real well. All right. Now let's check the colors. That orange made it a little better. Put that under the light for a bit. I think it still needs a little more orange in it. Who would have thought you'd have to put so much orange into red to make a pretty a pink? All right, let me just get a little bit more of this. We're just going to do a small layer on it. Okay. Let me cure that, and then the next one will be clear. So this here, like I said, we always keep a mold close by so that we can use up any resin, because we don't want to waste any of it. I mean, is that a lot of resin? No. But you know, You can make some pretty stuff with just little bits of resin all put together. I actually gave away a whole bunch of crosses this past weekend, and they were just made out of leftover stuff and broken stuff, and like I can put this here in that cross. I mean, it's a I like the color. Why not? Oops. Something fell. Don't know what it was. All right. I'm gonna do the little bit of stuff here. And just dome it. Right. Need a clean toothpick because that one's got a little bit of white paint on it, and I don't want any more white paint put in there. All right. Put that under the light and I'll be back. Okay, I got a clean butter wrapper. I have I cleaned up the resin that we didn't use, put it in here. I did put those little pieces of that other that came out of there into there, and those are under the light curing. So let's, needs to be turned sideways. I don't want any of that UV light to hit my work spot here because we don't want to turn this into a hardened mass. All right, let me get a couple clean toothpicks out. I've decided to use the cobalt blue because, I mean, I love cobalt blue. Isn't that a gorgeous color? Look at that. It's one of those jewel tones that I love. All right. And unlike alcohol inks, you don't get a funny texture when using cobalt blue on top of your resin. But I still dome them. All right. You don't want to put too much in at a time because I did make this quite colorful. And we want to make sure, get it all the way to the edges, but we want to make sure it gets cured. So let's put that under there. It's under the light, and we'll be back. What do I do? All right, I knocked that off. Okay, what do you think? That's that earring. Now, since they're going to be separated by your head, I don't know that anybody's going to notice that that's a different pink. It's close enough, and you see that white line? It kind of gives you the illusion. I mean, it's definitely faux when you stop and look at it, but if you're just wearing them, people aren't going to go, oh, it doesn't move. So I'm happy with that. What about you? Huh? Are you happy? We're happy. All right, I'm going to put it back under the light simply because I'm using the light, so I might as well do some more cooking. This is the other pair that I will be working on. And again, I'm going to need to make a pink, but it's not that same pink. It's a different pink. See the difference in the pink? Yeah. Where this one is translucent, these are opaque. And I may have a mold that I can use for that, so I won't freehand it. So, yeah. Okay, we're going to do a second layer, simply because we can. Okay, just take a nice big drip. To keep it from dripping while you're moving it, just keep your toothpick moving like that right there. And then when you're ready to drip it, you just let it drip. You just let it go. Okay. So it's just a little bit more love there. Go over to the side there. Make sure they're all even. Okay. Put it under. And that, I think, is pretty much done. Okay. Okay. The last step is we are doming it. Put a little drop here, little drop there. Okay. Take our handy dandy toothpick. Spread it out to the edge. And oh, I see an air bubble. Okay. I'll leave that toothpick sitting right there because it can. Oh. All right. It will cure, so I don't want to take the whole plate. I just want to take this. Put that under the lamp. And then all we got to do is put them back together, and that pair is finished. So we have 2 pair that are totally done. The next thing I think I'm going to do is tear these apart because, well, those are ugly. And those are salvageable beads, those gray and that black and that bead there. It's got some nice bicombs on it and some pretty black rock. So that's my next step. Okay. Okay, these are done. Don't they look pretty? It's different than what the other was, but I think those are pretty. I like that green. As you can see, my pliers are green. And these I actually had a choice on what color I wanted. All right. I think the other color was pink that you could have chose. All right, now we want to put these. We want 2 crystals on each side, so let's go right there. And we got to make sure we put it on the right direction. Okay, so that's going to hang like that, and that's going to hang like that, so we want them right there. Look at that. All right. Yeah, nothing's more frustrating than to be putting together a pair of earrings and find out that you put them on backwards. That's pretty. I like that. Yeah. Okay, come on. Go in there. All right, the front is, whoops. Front is that way. So if you point the front in the same direction, and then, okay, or drop it. That's all right. Now the front is that way. It's pointing that way now, which is going to be easier for me because then I can hold this that way, correct way. All right, hook that on. Don't drop it. The other pair of pliers. Pinch it here. No, it slipped off. You stinker. All right, you're back on. I got 2 on each side. All right. We want to make sure that we get these nice and lined up and tight. Beautiful. All right. There's the second pair of earrings. Done. Those are nice. All right. Well, I'm going to take a break and we'll be back to tear apart some stuff maybe. Or make a pink earring thing. We'll see. Okay, let's finish. Last thing we got to do is tear these apart. This is really well made. Unfortunately, there's only one. So, although I'll check in my stuff to make sure there's not another one somewhere. But this does not break my heart cutting this up. So, first thing I'm going to do is just cut the legs off. Make sure I don't lose any of those beads. Okay. It wants to run away. All right. Black ones. Some nice black beads there. Some nice bicomb. And silver bead. All right, I'm going to save all the regular beads in there, and then these 2mm beads I'll put in a little little baggie. I have like one of these out there that's got an empty space that's just waiting for it, so I might put it in that instead, and that way it'll be there to use or whatever. But you'll notice that this is different colors. It's not because they use different colored threads, it's because it got dirty. So right. Yeah, it don't take long to tear things apart. And I am trying to make sure I throw things away when it needs to be thrown away, like all these little strings. So, yeah. All right. Well, I went to the gym this afternoon, and then I went over to the thrift shop that's right next door, and I did buy a couple of things. I bought a crystal vase that was $3, $2.99. I'm like, oh, it's tall, but it's thin, it's small. It's about that big around. And there's times that when I have flowers that doesn't need a great big vase, and it don't need a little short squat one, and I'm going, I don't have one that's like this. And it's heavy too because it's real crystal. And so I said, you know what? It won't tip over, because sometimes the tall thin ones, it will get top heavy and tip over. So we don't want that. That's not good. All right. Ugh, man, my fingers are getting really dirty off in this. Right, black bead, or stone, black stone, bicomb, black stone, bugle bead. These are nice big long bugle beads, and they're not sharp here at all. I mean, they got the shine to them that tells me that it could be glass. It could be acrylic too, I guess. Acrylic would have a shine. But they're not, they don't have that dangerous feel to me. I've cut myself on several bugle beads, so that's probably why I don't like them so much. But if they were like these here, then I wouldn't have such a problem, because those feel pretty safe. All right, let's see if I can pull this apart here. Ta-da! And that's how they put the earring backing on it. They stuck it through. Oh, look at, I am so dirty. Oh my gosh. Ugh, yuck. This stuff is nasty. Yeah, they stuck it through there and then glued another one on front of it. But we're going to see if we can save these beads too. All right. Now the easiest way on this is just to go around and just cut. If you can see, they're just kind of coming off. Because what they do is they go through a bead, and then they go around, and then they go through the bead. So yeah, they're on there secure. I mean, they did this properly. It was made properly, but it was ugly. I mean, it was nice and even. What the stitching and everything was really even on that. You look at the stitching on this. I mean, stitching is even all the way around. It's just not something I like. But yeah, it does mean there's more to clean up because the strings are really short. See all the little short strings, because we're cutting the strings as we're going around. I mean, I could take the time and pick them all out and everything, but you know, I'd rather pick out the little strings down here than try to get this here to cooperate. All right, throw that away. See if I can separate some of this stuff from the strings just by messing with it like this here. All right. Oh, I was going to show you what I bought at the thrift shop other than the vase. I bought a little shoe. Isn't that adorable? Don't you think that would be cool if I do a sale type thing? Maybe put something here and just put rings in it. Yeah, I think that would be cute. Also, I got a nice display thing for bracelets and earrings. I don't know that I can show you because it's, you know, like it's about 18 inches tall and a foot wide. It's got a little, yeah. I mean, it's not that impressive, but I like it. I'm wondering if I can just blow this stuff off. I don't know. All right, I'm going to clean this up and I'll be right back. Show you what I've been doing. There is a few little bitty strings in here, but for the most part, this works. Okay, what I've done is I put the beads right here, and just like you do if you were doing grain and getting rid of the chaff, I guess it's called. Just kind of go like this here, and all the beads go down here, and most of the strings stay up there, and then you just pick up the beads down here. It's working really good, actually. I just thought I'd show you that little trick in case you ever decide to do anything where you gotta wash, where you decide you need to separate a bunch of string from beads. Yeah. Only what they do is they throw it up in the air and the wind blows all the chaff away, the lightweight stuff. In this case, it's the beads will roll and the strings don't roll. So I'm going to put them all up there again and shake it, shake it, shake it. Look at that. They're all coming down here. The strings are staying up there. So that's cool. Okay, folks, we did this pair of earrings and we fixed this one here and we tore apart that earrings. So we did three pair of earrings out of that whole box of stuff that my sister sent me. So I see there's going to be a lot more videos in our future. We didn't get to this one, but we'll get there. But yeah, what do you think on that, huh? You think they look close enough together that I'll get away with it? And aren't these gorgeous? Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. All right, this is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. Thanks for stopping by, and come back to watch some more fixes. I have a couple of rings that need love. Lots of earrings, lots of stuff. So come on back.